And go. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Lifting Ugly podcast. If you're watching, we've switched sides somehow.
We have switched sides.
But why don't you, my lovely co-host here, introduce yourself to everyone?
I'm Julia Bird.
And welcome everyone. So whether you're listening, watching, whatever the case may be, welcome to our podcast. Well, after you're done here, or simultaneously, depending on how everything's going, make sure you go visit our friend at Pioneer Lifting Belts at generalleathercraft.com for the best in custom belts, stock belts, regular belts, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of leather goods.
Dog collars.
Dog collars as well. You'll find them all at generalleathercraft.com. And while we're there, we'll also say that Pioneer Powerlifting is also the title sponsor for Bar Wars.
Bar Wars.
Coming to you May the 4th this year. So if you're not making the connection, get it. May the 4th. Star Wars Day is Bar Wars. Here in Grand Junction, we are going to do it at Industry Strength. Pioneer is our title sponsor. Again, let me see if I can finagle one of these out. We've got.
You got it. I believe in you.
There we go. Bar Wars.
Woo!
So, Pioneer cut, Bar Wars custom belts, one for the males, one for the female, overall champions of the meet itself. So make sure if you're interested, go to liftingcast.com to get registered, or just come down to Industry Strength on May the 4th and come watch.
Watch us.
Right. Watch people do stuff.
We're super entertaining, as you can tell.
It'll be a blast. So you can follow Julia and her journey and her adventures at Julia R. Bird on Instagram. So make sure you do that. You can at lifting_ugly on Instagram, or search lifting ugly anywhere your little heart desires to follow the show and the brand and everything having to do with it. And if you would like to purchase items, you may get a hold of us, or you can go to liftingugly.com and peruse the selections that they have there online, and you can order directly from the website, all of which is greatly appreciated and helps me to not lose as much money on this adventure. So it's all fun. All right. Well, what do you say we kick this off back to our names, and then we'll switch this over and we'll officially get this started with a nice little introductional music. And we're back. So if you wonder why I just take a break just to play the music or whatever the case for the intro, it is 100% because I paid for the rights to be able to do so. So I want to make sure that happens that way.
So we're going to use it as much as possible.
That is exactly the case. So how's your programming going? How's everything going for yourself?
Great. I am working on getting back into the high protein diet, which is always where I struggle. I'm fine, like, with the working out and getting in the gym. It's that, not that I necessarily need to diet, but I want to make sure I have enough protein in there to keep up. And that's always where I struggle a little bit. So, lots of chicken, lots of beef, all the meat. And I snack on the Kodiak stuff, my protein bars, all the delicious stuff.
Do you use their like the little graham cracker type things that they have
Graham crackers.
from Kodiak?
Oh, like the Teddy Grahams?
Yeah.
I have not tried those yet. I do. In Utah, they have so many more flavors of Kodiak stuff than we do in Grand Junction.
Right, because what I found out is that it is a Utah-based company.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I had no idea. But yeah, they have like a cinnamon roll. They have pancake, like the little microwavable ones. They have those for pancakes. They have s'mores. They have it's crazy. I was so excited.
Hold on, we're gonna pause real quick, and I'll edit. We're not live, so I'll edit this out later.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna restart. Let me see if I can change my video so it's not dragging. Is it dragging on your side?
Yeah, you're dragging really bad.
All right, let me see if I can. That. I wonder if it's. Oh yeah, I can do it from here. I was like, I know I can do the background. I'm wondering if I take it. I just did the blur, but it's not really blurring anything.
It's
So
not.
Yep, there we go. Now we're back on track.
Max has that gamer Wi-Fi, so we're good here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this likes to cut everything out. So anyway, so yes, multiple flavors, multiple extra flavors of Kodiak. What you call it?
It's so good.
Pancakes, microwavable muffins. Yes, I'll do
brownies.
I'll do the instant oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
We're giving free plugs to the maybe tens of listeners that we have for Kodiak. So Kodiak, you're welcome. Without us, you'd be struggling. So you're welcome for the free plugs. But good. Yeah. Any way you can get that extra, those nutrients, good carbs, and it's the good way to go about it.
Yeah, I'm really, and I have to get back on it. I really like doing the quinoa and chicken, and I'll make like enough quinoa to separate it out for quick lunches throughout the week. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. The less you have to worry about making a meal, the better. You can just scoop it and go. Then you'll tend to be more successful in keeping the your goals in line.
Well, and I super hot take for fitness. Am not a big fan of protein shakes. Not my favorite thing. I kind of think they're gross.
That is a fairly popular take, actually. There's a lot of people out there like that aren't too big into them, or they don't enjoy the way they make them feel.
Yeah, but I'm not someone that's just gonna stomach it anyway for the protein. Right. I'll just sub the protein somewhere else.
Well, there's better options. I mean, it's protein powder is good if you don't have another choice, but it's definitely not your best option out there anyway.
Yeah.
So there's better ways to go. Well, I decided I have to switch my training. Because my body hurts so much. I decided I'm going to kick everything back, and everything's going to be reps for a little while and see. I think I've said this before, but this time I actually have to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just saying, and then I'm going to be like, oh, I feel really good, so I'm going to go do whatever. I have to just
stick to it.
Yep. Deal with the depression part of going that route. And
well, as old people get old, you got to cut back.
Well, that's true. And I don't give myself the time I need to recover, and I have a bunch of injuries anyway, so it's time. So I'm going to really work on, when I weighed in at the doctor, so I had to go get my hernias looked at.
Oh yeah.
Well, to get put to so the surgeon can see me.
Yeah.
And so they said I have 2 probably, but they feel better, so I'm not as concerned. But they pushed me all the way out till the day before the meet for to
Oh,
see the surgeon. So there's that. And when I weighed in at the doctor, and I don't like the doctor scale because they use like the animal hospitals type scales, and I don't.
yeah.
The one here at the gym was weighing me still at 285, which is not. It's a large amount of weight. That one had me at like 293.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, I can help myself there as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be currently on a journey to probably the goal would be like 20 pounds lighter. So we'll see. 15
I mean,
pounds.
that's a good goal.
Yeah, 15 pounds for sure. 20 would be nice.
Yeah.
And that's just what I have. I have to take weight off of my old joints. They aren't, it's not cutting it these days.
You're like an old dog. We got to put you on a diet.
Or put me down, one or the other.
No, well, that's not what I was saying.
Some days it feels like that would be a great idea. So the title of this week's podcast is Fitness Adjacent Activities. I have a couple in mind. I have some videos of one that I really like that pops up all the time. What came to your mind when I told you fitness adjacent activities?
Honestly, not much at first. I was like,
Okay.
what on earth? Because, like, in my mind, I guess fitness adjacent activities, in my mind, just qualify for fitness. Like, it's everyone has their own way that they stay fit.
Right.
So, I mean, definitely, like, you know, you got skateboarding, skiing, snowboarding. As much as I hate it, golf probably is a fitness adjacent activity.
Correct. So what would be your favorites?
Oh, well, skateboarding and snowboarding for sure.
Okay. Skateboarding is always one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I used to do badly a long time ago, but I always hung out with the guys that were much better than myself and always enjoyed watching. We used to have VHS tapes way back then of the skateboarding videos. And then now on my scroll and like reels and stuff, I'll get a lot of skateboard stuff. And it's just absolutely mind blowing, especially when they slow down the tricks that they do.
Mm-hmm.
It just is insane to watch them do what they do. And it's impressive, like super impressive.
It's really impressive.
And the reason we call it fitness adjacent is they're not skateboarding to be fit.
Some people do, though.
Some people do, but like the kids coming up and the professional skateboarders when they're younger.
Yeah, they're not thinking about staying fit.
Right. They skateboard to skateboard because it's what they enjoy doing. And it just so happens that it is a fitness activity, but that's not their intention behind it. I'm going to do a screen share. And this is off of the Lifting Ugly TikTok.
Oh, because we trendy with it.
Because yeah, something like that. So you can go follow lifting_ugly on TikTok as well. I was off of it for a really long time, which was nice.
Then you got back on that grind.
I got back on there, and what was nice is it reset my algorithm, so I didn't have like all the weird stuff that I when I first got it. Okay, I didn't know how these things worked, so now you can kind of see the. Okay, so I didn't really know how it worked, so all I did, like, I would watch a video and like it would be a really stupid video. And I would watch it too long, and then that's like all that.
Yeah.
And so then I have just a bunch of annoying video. I'm like, why is this crap just so anyway? now that when I jump back on, I was able to figure out how it worked. So I know not to stick on the ones that I don't want to watch. I have gotten caught up in a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Where are my favorites?
Well, what's funny is you're getting right into TikTok right as they're talking about banning it again.
Yeah, they always say stupid stuff like that. They're not going to do
Well, they
anything.
go to ban it every year. It's so stupid.
Right, because politicians are scared. See, look, and I'm showing my age because I can't figure that. I know. That's not what I want.
1, 2, 3,
Oof. That was close. That was terrible. Okay.
You're there.
All right. So there we go. Okay. There's some. Right, I'm gonna bring this one up.
Oh, I saw doggies.
Yeah. Okay.
Dad, can I go to a college party tonight? No, you're so chat's going. So if what's the part?
It's glitching really bad.
Some of them. Those are just funny ones. That had nothing to do with the fitness adjacent stuff. Are you still there?
What? You're glitching really bad.
Okay. Are you still there?
I'm still here. That whole thing was just one big glitch, though.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Well,
you're
sucks.
glitching really bad, I think, because you're screen sharing.
Let me. Yeah. Get rid of that. Bring that. Oh. No, I said cancel.
Yeah, you're doing
gosh.
better now.
Okay, so it just. Let me try this screen share one more time. Let's see if it comes up any better this time. The dog one.
You're already glitching really bad. Are you there?
Yeah. Okay. This. Let's get rid of that again. So they're gonna let me do anything I wanted to do.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is stupid.
I mean, it's usually fine. Let me see if I can change it over here real quick. I'm glad we're not doing this live.
Yeah. I mean, I would just entertain the people if we were live. Oh.
Okay. So maybe this.
It went up my nose for a second.
Let's see. All right. All right. Let's try screen share one more time. See how we do here.
One more time. No. No. Maybe? No.
Okay. This is annoying.
Glitchy itchy, glitchy itchy, ay, glitchy itchy, ay. Da, 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 da.
Let me get rid of that.
See, I would entertain the people.
And okay. Let me see if I even can. What the fuck is this?
I can talk about all the new fun facts I know about the human body, specifically knees.
You learn stuff about knees?
Well, yes,
Yeah, it's
because
not
Max
gonna,
is broken.
it's not gonna. Okay, let's reconvene. Hold on to that for just a second.
Skateboard.
We'll just kind of start over, and we'll start here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just trying to find a way to.
Yeah, so I do. Well, all this I'll just cut out when I put it out.
Yeah.
So, um, so anyway, I get a lot of like cool breakdancing videos,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's one of my favorite fitness adjacent ones to watch. And one of the ones
Breakdancing.
I wanted to show was there's this girl, I don't know, she's in Tokyo, big city probably in Japan,
Yeah.
and her popping and like technique and style is just so cool. Like I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen her. She dresses up. She has like the doll type dresses and face makeup.
No, I haven't seen her.
Oh, and she does. So you can find her. So breakdancing is like huge. It's another one of those things I could never do,
Yeah.
but I've always enjoyed watching, and the flexibility, the power, everything that comes along with it is super, super impressive
Yeah.
to watch. But one thing I do know is that the guys, as they get older, because I've heard a lot of them talk about it, whether it's breakdancing or skateboarding, which are the two favorites that we mentioned, is that they do have to include working out, stretching, and those things to help their bodies to actually maintain, to be able to still do those things as they get a little bit older.
Yep.
Because we get those injuries. And
Even when we're not old.
Even when you're not old. And sometimes those things have to be fixed.
Yep.
And then you have to go through other steps so that you can get back and try doing those things that you love doing.
Is it worth it? Maybe.
Probably. I don't know. Like, what else? These are things that like I went through this last week. It's like, what else would I rather be doing?
That's true.
What else could I do? I need something to, help me mentally. I need stuff that will, just help occupy time and de-stress.
Yeah.
What else is there?
That's
that I
true.
can actually do. I can do straight movements. That's about it. So other activities just don't fit well with me anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe when I get that 20 pounds down, maybe that'll be different.
Yeah, maybe you can go skateboard off the half pipes.
Probably not that, but maybe something. There might be something I could be able to do.
Something.
Yes. So what stuff did you learn this past week? Did you learn some body things?
I learned that human bodies are much more like Wolverine than we think they are.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Let's hear about this.
So if you're hurt, because your body tries to fix itself, right?
Right.
But sometimes it doesn't always know what's hurt. So it tries to fix the wrong thing. Long story short, Max grew an extra bone so it created a wall in front of his meniscus.
Uh-huh.
So he couldn't straighten his knee because it was hitting a bone. And I had no idea your body could just grow new bones. And I think especially going into personal training, it's really interesting because, like, I know you've helped people recovering from an injury before, and that's never something I would think of if, like, I had a client and they were like, I just can't do this exercise, like, I can't straighten my knee. I would never go, oh, you know what? You probably grew an extra bone.
That is very true, because the likelihood that you would that would be like a thing is probably pretty rare. That would be a reason why.
I don't know.
And also, one of the reasons that you do your evaluations before you start is to find out things like surgeries,
Yeah.
injuries, and so that way, if they're like, yeah, I had at least now they're like, oh, I had a knee surgery and they did this, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna try this. Like, oh, I can't straighten my knee anymore. And you get back, well, maybe you should have this looked at.
Yeah, maybe you should tell your doctor, I think I grew an extra bone.
Right. There's most likely something has happened along the way that has stopped that from taking place, that you can't do that movement anymore.
It was just interesting because, like, I mean, we talk about, the human body and how it moves all the time, especially when it comes to fitness.
Mhm.
And I've never once heard of growing an extra bone. So from that, like, learning personal training, you do have to learn a lot about the body. I was
Right.
like, that is super interesting.
Well, you've heard of bunions, right?
Yeah,
So that's kind of what that is.
I know, but it's just it's so weird.
So it's just, yeah, I don't know why in certain areas and for certain people that kind of stuff happens, but not everyone grows bunions. But I know when they do, it is super painful and they have to go shave that bone off.
Yeah, the shape, it's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the human bodies are weird. They're very there's a lot that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, when your sister was in the hospital, the thing they said was there's millions of things that have to take place for the human body to develop properly.
Yep.
And all it takes is one of those millions of things to go wrong for things to not be okay.
Yeah.
And so it's like, even as we go through life, there's still these millions of things that have to happen. And if they don't happen or something different happens, then it just changes the whole course of how to work. So
Yeah.
it is pretty interesting how that all works.
It's super interesting.
So also, let me see. Last episode, I said I was going to, because remember I tried to bring up the faces of the week and I couldn't bring up the faces of the week.
Ah, yes.
So I think I was able to remedy that because I was trying to do it the same way that I was trying to play the other videos, and that didn't work either. So yeah, the faces of the week, the honorable mentions are Maria.
Aw.
Should be popping up there.
Yes. Maria's got a good face.
She has a very good lifting ugly face. So that was her submission, and she gets the honorable mention. And also is a guy, Vince, that I know from the Denver area, who's been on a fitness journey over the last couple of years.
Ooh.
And he was deadlifting, and he did get extra points. One, for having his face look like the face that we have.
Yeah.
On Lifting Ugly.
It
And
does.
he is also wearing a Lifting Ugly shirt.
He is. That's like triple points right there.
Yeah, so he definitely gets a big attaboy.
Good job.
For his submissions. But again, the winner goes to Kodiak King on Instagram. Like I said, not that it's a bad face, but it was kind of default because the shirt that I had to give away fit him. So
You have to do what you have to do.
So he is the winner. So if anyone else has their Lifting Ugly Face of the week, make sure you submit it, send it to me on the Instagram page, and we can display them, and you possibly be a wiener yourself.
Wiener! You're a wiener.
So white lights, red lights. Let's just do a we'll go to your shoes, your favorite shoes. So your 3 white light shoe brand.
Mm-hmm.
Your next one, your toward the bottom, and your least favorite.
We're doing 4.
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta have your 3 white, your 2
Yes.
white, 2 red, 3 red.
3 red. All right. Number 1, Adidas. Because I've never had a pair of Adidas I didn't like. And I love shell-toed Adidas. They are the ultimate shoe. 2, man, I didn't think this far when I brought up this. I just thought Adidas. I would say,
I mean, you don't have to think of 4. So like if you have one that you so Adidas would be like your 3 white light.
yeah.
Do you have one that would be like your 3 red, like your worst?
I would say I can come up with a 2 white light one, and I would say Nike, just because so they do cool designs and stuff with their shoe. The only reason I would give them that red light is just the advertisement for me is sometimes a little, and sometimes some not so cool people wear Nikes, and only cool people wear Adidas, in my expertise.
Maybe.
That's wrong, but I'm gonna say it.
Okay. That's your hot take.
Yes. Okay. 2 red lights and a white light are Pumas. I love Pumas. One of my favorite pair of shoes are Pumas. However, they're so narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are a very narrow shoe, and I personally have very wide, manly type feet. So Pumas don't work for me personally. I think they're great shoes, which is why they get the white light, because they work for everybody else. However, for me personally, they're not the best because I can't wear them. Yeah. And then 3 red lights are Converse. I hate, and that one's going to be controversial. I have never worn a pair of Converse that were comfortable. Ever. I always get blisters. My feet always bleed. I'm always in pain by the end of the day. I don't like Converse. They do have cool designs, but they're uncomfortable, which makes them impractical as a shoe.
I can't disagree with a lot of what you said. So obviously my first is always Adidas. That's my go-to shoe. Has been since I was a teenager. I used to collect shell toes. They're not as practical as they used to be, and they're about 3 times the cost of what they used to be. And I know, like, obviously 20 years ago prices were cheaper in general, but we used to be able to get a pair for 20, 25 bucks.
Now they're like 100.
They're 100, 120 now, which
is,
I don't get it, because the shoe's not any better than it used to be. There's nothing added to it. It's just more popular, and so they charge more. I mean, I get if it inflated to like 50, 60 bucks, that makes more sense. But anyway, so I just think they overprice them now, which is kind of irritating.
Yeah.
But most Adidas, I order mine. I just go to their website, and those are my casual shoes, my work shoes that I use. My 2 white lights, I'm gonna have to go with my Sabos, because all my lifting shoes are all Sabo branded.
I wasn't thinking like lifting shoes. That's a good idea.
So I'm gonna go with my Sabos. I have Sabo squat shoes. I have my Zero lifting shoes, and then I also have my high top deadlift shoes that I don't use too much anymore. I use the Zeros mostly. I'd say the two reds, 1 light, I'll give to Nike. I've never been a big fan of theirs. Their shoes just never fit me right. And then Nike is just always so pushed in the forefront.
Yeah.
Everyone's so Nike heavy that I tend to pull back from things that are just overly kind of like pushed down. You're like everyone, oh, the Jordan, Nike Jordans this and
Yeah.
these kinds of Nikes are worth how many ever hundred. It's like they're really not. I don't get it, but it all goes back basically to when I would try and wear them and I couldn't. My feet were too wide to fit.
Yep.
And they would run shorter, and so I was just like, "Fuck it, we're going Adidas."
Yep.
I don't know that I have a 3 red light shoe. I'm not big in Converse. I don't own any. Never really have. Never really cared about them. So I probably agree with you on that. The Chuck Taylors are like you can say that a shell toe is kind of a pointless shoe. Like it's just a casual shoe.
Yeah.
But at least it's sturdy.
Yeah.
Like the Chuck Taylors are they're flimsy.
It's a piece of plastic and then cloth.
Right. And again, what they now charge for those used to be the cheapest shoes to buy.
Yeah. Now they're the most expensive.
Right. Yeah, like you said, it's like canvas and a crappy piece of rubber.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm not a big Converse fan. So all you all-star Chuck Taylor fans, good for you. I don't like them for lifting. I don't like them. Not a fan in general, but if you like them, you do you.
You do you, boo-boo.
I'm not gonna say too much negative about the person if that's what they decide to wear. Just not for me, and not for you either.
Correct. Yes.
Well, thank you for joining me on kind of an impromptu. We are recording this on like a Thursday afternoon, which is really weird. And we had some snafus that hopefully won't be able to be noticed once I put this all together. So it may seem like a little bit of a short episode, but those are a couple reasons why. We do have some exciting guests coming up in the next 2-3 weeks. We'll have them on there. Some people that if you watch the Arnold Classic, like we talked about in the last episode, some names that came up, we have had acceptance in as far as them being willing to be guests. Those will be announced as soon as we get the dates of when they're going to be on. So that way, if you want to listen live and comment and be a part of it live, you can be. But until then, everyone have a great day. Remember, go to liftingugly.com, go to Julia R. Bird on Instagram, Lifting Ugly on Instagram, generalleathercraft.com. Did I say that or did I just say liftingugly.com? Anyway, liftingugly.com and generalleathercraft.com.
Both of them.
Make sure to check out Bar Wars, Grand Junction, Colorado, May the 4th. And everyone, may the 4th be with you all.
Peace out.
Out of here.